What's up, curious monsters, and welcome to the lab. I'm Teacher Jaffe. Today, we're gonna learn new letters to form to combine with A. And those are P, T, and N. The letters with the sounds B, T, and N. This is part 2 of our letter combo series starring A. Still with our special guests, these guys. Like I mentioned, this is part 2 of a series. It's perfectly fine to jump into this one on its own. But if you want to go to part 1 first, the link to that video is down below. Also, why don't you smoosh the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, why don't you? So you won't miss any new videos. You'll always find something fun to learn and do. Alright, let's dive in. Oh no, wait. I confused myself. Let's get cracking! Nope. Anyway, let's just go. We'll be using Play-Doh to form all the letters that we're going to use for today's game. We're doing this so that when we write those letters, we know where all the parts go. This is a really good way to be a letter expert. We'll warm up by getting our Play-Doh ready. Take some Play-Doh and smoosh it in your hands as hard as you can, just like this. Then we're going to roll them in our hands, just like this. We'll make little balls. Finally, we roll those little balls into noodles or baby snakes. We'll use these to shape our letters later on. We'll be working on making the small versions of the letters today because that's the one you'll see the most when you're reading words. While I'm talking about the letters, keep smooshing your Play-Doh, or rolling them, or making noodles. This will make sure that the Play-Doh is ready for the game, and also it's a good way to make your fingers strong. It's like a workout for your fingers. First off, let's meet the star of this series, or meet again if you've already joined in to the last video, the letter A. Here's the big one and the small one. Small one, the big one. The sound that they make is ah. It's the sound that you make when you open your mouth wide for the dentist. Ah. Or when you're stuffing your face full of food. Ah. This is the sound for the big one and the small one. Well, most of the time, we'll deal with the other sound in another series. But for now, let's start making those letter A's. Let's form A. First, we need a circle. Take one of your noodles and loop it round in a circle. Then, on one side of A, there needs to be a short standing line. Cut a noodle short enough for that. Make sure that the line on the side is just as tall as the circle. Otherwise, you'll be forming a different letter. Keep it short so that it's A. Practice by making a few more. You'll need to remember how to make it for our game later. When you're done, smoosh all the letters in so that we can move on to the next letter. And that letter is P. Here's the mama one, and there's the baby one. They look almost the same. But the difference is that Mama P is a curve on top of a long standing line, while Baby P is a circle with a line going down. Here's another difference. Imagine all the letters that you read and write are on a line. Mama P is standing on that line, while Baby P is sort of sitting on it with the line going down below. The sound that this letter makes is one of my favorite sounds in this world. The sound is P, 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 P. To remember it, imagine the sound of popcorn popping. Popcorn. Anyway, let's go make some baby peas. P is like A. It's one of the examples of letters you can make accidentally from A. If the line is on the other side and super long, it becomes P. So, to make P, we start with the circle 2. Form the circle with one noodle. Then we need a long line that goes down. That one goes on this side. There you go! Easy peasy. Get some practice in. Remember which side the long line should be on. When you're confident that you know how to make P, smoosh all of them in again so we can make the next letter. Next up is T. Here's the big one, there's the small one. The big one has a line on top. The small one, the sleeping line in the middle, seems to have fallen down a little bit. The sound that they make is t, 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 t. To remember it, it's kind of like the sound when you tap some glass or when you tap a hi-hat with a drumstick. Here's how to make T. All we need to do is to put a standing line. Then around the middle, a little bit near the top, put a short sleeping line. That's it. No sweat for a burgeoning letter crafter like you. Make a bunch more to practice. When you're done, smoosh time. Let's use that Play-Doh to make the last letter of the day. N. Here's the mama one, and there's the baby one. The sound that they make is Here's how to do it. Bite the tip of your tongue like this, and there. Actually, this sound reminds me of something. This thing. It's a power drill. Actually, a lot of machinery makes this sound. What other machines have you heard that makes a sound similar to this? Anyway, let's move on to forming the last letter, N. N is made by a short standing line and one bump. So take a bit from a noodle to make the short standing line. Then take the rest and make the bump. Make sure you're only making one bump, because if you make two, then that makes a different letter. Keep practicing making N's so you'll be ready for the game. When you remember which side the short standing line is on, then we can move on. Smoosh all of the letters and get ready because it's game time. So wait. Actually, let's have a few practice rounds first. I'll keep all the letters that you need on screen so you can copy the ones that you hear. Use the noodles in front of you to form them. If you're really confident that you already know these letters well, you can face that word. Turn around and don't look at the screen. Just use your ears to form the letters that you hear. You can pause this video so you have more time to form the letters that you need. Unpause the video when you're done and then check to see if we've got the same one. Are you ready? Here we go! First one is T. Which one is it? It's this one! Did you get it? Next one is A. Oh! Which one is it? It's this one. Got it? Great. Next one. Ooh, popcorn. No, anyway, it's this one. Did you get it? Of course you did. Last one for this round. Which one is it? It's this one. Good job. This time, let's try two letters. 2 letters. Keep an ear out, listen, and see which letter goes first and then which letter comes next. Are you ready? Let's go! The first one is an. 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 Were you able to form it? Here it is. The next one is na. 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 And here it is. Were you able to make it? Next one is ta. 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 And here it is. Did you form it? Now we move on to pa. Pa. Ah, pa. And here it is. Did you make it? Next one is at. 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 And here it is. The last one for this round is app. 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 And here it is. Great work! Now it's time to play with your family. You can play with mom, dad, brother, sister, and if they can talk, dog, cat, bird, turtle. Anyway, here's how it will go. You will each start with the same number of Play-Doh noodles. Then you will sit back to back. You will take turns making a sound. You can do a 1-letter sound or 2. Then both of you will form those letters. The first one to form those letters with the Play-Doh noodles wins the round. But Teacher Jaffy, I hear you say, my mom, dad, brother, sister, dog, bird, cat, turtle already know how to write. They'll always finish before me. Aha! Well, that's where the equalizer comes in. You get to see the Play-Doh noodles in front of you, and they will have to wear a blindfold. They'll have to do the whole game like this. Oh, yeah, moms and dads, here are some modifications you can make for this game. If they're on the younger side, or this is their first time dealing with these letters, maybe you can make them a cheat sheet that they can reference, containing all the letters for the game. Then you can stick to single letters the whole way through. If they're on the older side, or they're really familiar with these letters, maybe they can wear a blindfold too. And then you can have more letters and longer combinations of letters and words. Well, good luck and have fun! Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed these shenanigans. If you still want to do more, there are lots of videos on the channel that you can choose from. If you've done them all, then well, I guess you deserve a break. Moms and dads, you can find the Curious Monster Lab on Instagram and Facebook if you want to reach out for questions or comments or ideas of videos that we can make. Links down below. Till next time, and remember, be brave, be kind, and stay curious.